Hold the air. I see the subject inside. Looks like he's got a gun in his hand and he's pointing at the clerk. Guys, I've got the south covered behind you. Watch the crossfire. Running southbound, Rob. He's coming right at you.
All units, Victor 3, Victor 5 are fighting with 1. Hold the air.
Victor 3, slow down. Subject in custody. Firearm recovered.
Copy that. Command clear. Subject is in custody for the robbery. Firearms recovered.
What's in the box?
Hey, welcome back to Hold the Air Podcast. I'm John Cosme, seated to my right, Rob Forbes.
Yeah, man.
What's up, brother?
Hey, welcome.
So today we're doing another episode of What's in the Box. It's a box that we put at a Christmas function, and we had a bunch of our former coworkers ask us questions. We said, ask or write anything you want us to talk about on the podcast, and we're having a ball with it.
Man, we are. And it didn't stop there at the Christmas party with people writing them in and throwing them in there. The last time, or a couple episodes ago, we said email us at holdtheairpodcast@gmail.com.
Right.
Email us the questions that you want. And those have been coming in too.
Yeah.
And those have been going in the box as well.
Yeah.
So the ones that are from the party are random. We don't know what's in there. Obviously, when you email in, we're getting a sneak peek, but it's still cool to get the audience to participate and throw some stuff in there. And it's not just cops that are writing in.
Right.
We want the whole viewing audience, and some of it's immature. I'm sure, like, why do people sleep together?
Yeah.
But that's just part of the fun of it too. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna figure out how or who reaches in the box and who reads the questions. So
Rock, paper, scissors. The only way to settle any
right.
argument in here.
I think I'm 2-0, by the way, but anyway. Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Ah, you son of a bitch. I do it, dude. I do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I get so the policy is, because I'm a policy guy. I follow all the policies.
100%.
Yeah, man. The winner of the rock, paper, scissors gets to draw and read. The other one has to answer first. All right, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Oh shit.
Oh wow.
This one's in an envelope. Oh boy, that could be
bueno,
trouble.
could be no
That could be
bueno.
trouble. Oh boy. Oh, this is directed. Actually, ironically, I'm the winner of rock paper scissors, and it's addressed to you. So I get to literally read this to you.
Son of a bitch. All right.
Okay, Kaz. Besides the obvious, how'd you get the street name, quote, Big Head? And that's signed from your boy Backery.
Oh,
so shout out to Backery,
Shout
man.
out to Backery,
Shout out to Backery, man. We love that dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
I literally got goosebumps, dude, because I missed the name.
Yeah,
I missed
so
the
how'd
name.
you get the nickname, street name, Big Head?
All right. So in my career, I think it's for Backery, because I know he's a dog. Like this kid's got that special thing. He's gonna do a lot of great things at the PD. Tommy Fabus, right? Taught me so much from working the streets, and he had a nickname, and the guys that I was interested in following in my career had nicknames, and I was like, how do you get a nickname? Like, how do you become branded by the streets? I mean, that's when you're out there doing something different. And the response every time was, the streets will tell you. Back in the day, we had a program called Join the Team. It was the local effort from our news outlet to have essentially a ride-along in the car with a police officer driving around the city, basically riding with the cop and getting the experience of a day of policing in the city of Lansing. My daughter I think she was 3 years old. Shout out to Miranda. I went over to my in-laws' house, and I had the crew with me. And I stopped over to see my daughter because I just wanted to see her, because she was a little button, and I just wanted to make sure that I was staying in touch with her. But anyway, they recorded that whole thing. It was a great day. We had some fun on the recording. Like, I don't know how many days or maybe a week later, I'm policing a fight call in Butler and Madison. and I will not say this cat's name. But dude comes up on a bike, like, yo, why you messing with us? Why you harassing us? And I had it. I was at my wit's end with the call and the people yelling and screaming. And I told this little ass to just get out of here. Go. I'm busy. He chirps back, oh, you think you tough? You think with your big ass head.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd starts laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, oh, look at big head. Look at that dude with a big head, a big head, a big head. So that was my neighborhood. So like 2 days, I'm back over there, and they think, oh yeah, I'm out because I was checking folks on the street. They're like, man, you Officer Big Head, and it never went away.
Yeah, man.
It literally never went away. I mean, and I started getting
Oh,
self-conscious,
it's
bro.
generational now, man.
Dude.
It's like Grandpa calls. Grandpa said your name's Big Head. Now you're Big Head to me. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. And I didn't know if he was just taking a jab at me or if it was like a real thing until one day, like I was sitting in the barber's chair, and it was like took a long time to cut my hair, and I was like, man, that little kid is right. This dude's been out of my head for a while. The clippers, bro. 'Cause back then,
there's a lot of real estate up there to be cutting, man.
Back then, I used to get faded up all the time, and by the time it got to like this portion of my head, the clippers was hot. You know what I mean? 'Cause he's getting in there, he's fading in there nice and tight. I was like,
hot.
damn, I think I do have a big head. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at myself in pictures, all self-conscious. But I tell you what, though, it turned into something for me. It turned into something because later in my career, I was fortunate enough to work some special assignments and work the streets as a narcotics officer. And I had a real passion for trying to get people to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you're working narcotics, the best information comes from the streets. And if you can build those relationships with these people, they call you, they work for you, they help you out with search warrants in different ways. And of course, like the streets don't like that, right? They want to call these kind of people snitches and they want to call them whatever they want to call them. I don't think they are. I think there's a big difference between calling someone a snitch and calling someone a source of information. And I just put a lot of time into trying to get, if I worked with somebody on the street, I had to get something out of it and they had to get something out of it. So I was always trying to figure out how to make that work. If I had someone call me and tip me out on something that was amazing, but we couldn't pull it off because it was going to expose them too much, I didn't want it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I tell them I can't do that because it's going to put you at too much of a risk. We have to find some other slick way to do it. And anybody that knows the dope game, there's certain ways you have to do things to make sure people don't get hurt, especially folks that are helping you from a street level. But yeah, I'd get phone calls, big head this, big head that. Somebody would go to the jail and I got to talk to Big Head. So someone would call me from the jail and be like, are you Big Head? I'm like, well, sometimes I am. But yeah, dude, it was an honor. I got named by the streets, and then, I wanted to give back. So, try to do the things the right way. And I think I pulled it off. Not everybody was a fan. Sometimes they see Big Head roll in the neighborhood. They had a warrant. They had to stay inside their house because I might flick them on a stop or something like that. But for the most part, it stuck, never went away. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool. And, this is the part I love about you the most, man. Right. And I've been afforded a lot of time working with you over the years, great friendship, this and that. And you do such an amazing, genuine job of just laughing at yourself, and for a lot of people, and I think myself too, to a certain extent, it's hard because you don't want to look foolish. Right. You know what I mean? But man, just like Big Head, what a silly kind of, I mean, come on, man. But you embrace it, right? You embrace it, and just like a lot of this, the silliness and the foolishness that kind of comes your way, and mistakes that you made, you do a best I've ever seen and just laughing stuff off and just telling it how it is and just, yep, that was me. And you're the first one to lead the charge, laughing about stuff. And I'm not trying to throw you under the bus on that, or
dude,
you know what I mean, like you're the class clown or anything like that. Like, it's not that. It's very much, that's the most respect that I could possibly ever give someone, is you do such a good job of laughing with yourself, about yourself, to others. I think it makes it inviting, because that's very, very magnetizing. Like, it's very pulling when you have someone that's willing to laugh at their own expense. I think that there's a huge draw with that. And, I saw you get so many results out on the street, in the dope game, and, undercover world, and in the streets in general. And I think that a lot of that comes from your ease of connecting with someone. Not that you use that as a tool. It's just kind of naturally who you are, man. But I'll tell you, from this side of the table, and I speak for the people that know you and the people that met you, man, we love you for it.
Dude, I appreciate it. That's a huge compliment, bro. And
I'm not going to tell the story about stabbing yourself in the hand with an avocado knife or anything like that. Like, I'm gonna leave all that private.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
terrible.
Look, it's between you and me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Because some things should be meant private, and
Right.
it stayed that way. We don't need to air anybody's dirty laundry about stabbing yourself with the avocado knife at lunch or anything like that. We'll just leave it lay, okay?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Why don't we just tell the story, Rob?
Now you want to laugh about it. Now you want to come out.
Because
All right,
I gotta
okay.
meet you halfway.
Okay.
All right, so I get this really, really, really dope ass knife. It's one of those military spring loaded, just like Velociraptor claws. I mean, this thing's sharp as hell, bro. And I'm so tickled with it that I'm flicking it. It's going in and out, going in and out. And then I saw something on the cooking show where they cut an avocado in half, and they said, hey, sometimes we struggle getting the pit out. No need to do that. You just stab and twist, and it pops right out. So I did that at my house a handful of times. So then I had this tricky little knife. So we're sitting in line up, and I'm like, yo, bro, you ever have any problems getting an avocado pit out? Check this out. I'm holding the avocado in my hand, and I go to stab it. The knife's so damn sharp, bro. It goes through the pit into my hand.
Why am I laughing about you stabbing yourself in the hand, bro?
Because you're laughing when it happened,
look,
bro.
Dude,
when it happened, I knew it was bad because I lost a feeling in my freaking finger, bro. I was like, I just stabbed myself. I got to make this look cool. So I threw a little fit. I knocked some shit off before I walked out of the office. I was like, God damn it, this hurts. I had to go there. My finger was out for a little while, but it's all good. But it's funny when you're talking to, like, listen, I appreciate the compliment. I really, really do, man. But I am what I was because I paid attention to so many great people, right? So many people that just were so good at the job, and then to get nicknamed like that, it felt kind of cool because I knew that I had accomplished something on a street level. I remember one time there was it was my first tour on the violent crime team. And up to that point, the identity of the team was kind of floating. We didn't know exactly what we were going to do, who we were going to work with, or going to work directly with DB, or we didn't have the out county outreach at that time. We weren't working with MSP, and we just ended up going to the neighborhoods and doing it old school. I see a cat go into one of our local party stores. I knew he had a felony warrant for narcotics. Called out over the radio, and I didn't hear my supervisor tell me not to go in until I had backup. I ended up going in without backup. The kid's at the counter, and as soon as he sees me, he says, "What's up, big head?" And I told him, "You know what's up, bro. You know what time it is." And I closed the distance, and I grabbed his wrist. I said, "Do not make this difficult." And all hell break loose, dude. Next thing you know, we're on the ground. There's a pistol in his hand. We're struggling for the pistol. I get the pistol wrenched out of his hand. I slide it underneath one of the chip things, just to try to get it out of reach. I'm on the radio. Backup gets there. We get this guy laced up and stuff. And it was a Donnybrook. Like I didn't know what his intention was at the time when he pulled the pistol out. So I was full bore at it.
Yeah.
So he got the best of me. I put that work in, and not at his expense, but only to to make sure that I could get him to a point where I could get him in handcuffs. So anyway, months later, he's being interviewed by the ATF because the ATF was going to pick the case up. And in that interview, this cat literally said, "Yo, tell Big Head I wasn't trying to hurt him."
Yeah, man.
And dude, and I tell you what, man, that meant a lot to me.
You bet.
know what I mean? And in that moment, I was like, I know this kid's gonna sit down for a while, but I felt bad for him. I felt bad that his life and all the decisions that he had made created that moment where him and I had to engage that way. I don't feel bad for finding or getting to the gun and creating a better public safety scenario for that neighborhood. I don't feel bad for that at all. I don't feel bad how physical I had to get with him in order to get him in the handcuffs. I don't feel bad about any of that. But the streets aren't the enemy. They just do stupid shit, and we got to hold them accountable for it.
Well, you want better for him.
Yeah,
You know,
you do. And
you
for him,
you want to see everybody make it.
yeah, and for him to say that, I was like, and use the nickname, I was like, damn, you know what? I'm good with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Great story.
yeah. That was cool, man.
That was good.
Yeah, I appreciate
Bakri,
it.
you're the man.
Yeah. This
Not-
box
not-
thing is
this box.
listen,
Hey,
dude,
that's come full circle.
It is.
That's way more mature than.
I
than-
know there's nonsense in there.
Oh,
dude.
you ain't lying, dude.
I can't wait till we pull something out of there that was like a lot like the first question. But these are great questions.
Yeah.
And this is what I was hoping for because I felt like I'm having a conversation with Bakri. You know what I mean?
100%.
And this whole concept of us putting this podcast together was you did the trailer, the original trailer, and I thought it was dynamite. And at the end of that trailer, you mentioned what our goal was for this podcast. And one of it was to teach if we can still teach.
Yeah.
To give reverence to the people that taught us and to have a platform for us to be able to talk about the issues that you and I really couldn't talk to because, we're current employees and we didn't have the freedom of getting on the podcast and talking. So
Yeah, you bet.
it's just for that, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Feels right, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. Thanks,
All right,
brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
All right. Stay tuned for what's in the box.